Now, Fuzzy, I know that you have a line of things that you don't like to see on TV. You were telling me before about some of the feminine products get on your nerves and stuff like that. Particularly when you're in a mixed audience. You might be sitting there with family members, mom, and it's not the kind of thing that you want to sit through.
Right.
You get queasy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to see that kind of what I consider personal stuff on television.
Now, one of the family stations, would you not say AMC is one of the ones that you would consider family stations?
Oh, I totally would, yeah.
It's the American Movie Classics. You're not going to hear a curse word. You're not going to hear anything. Now, Fez, I am not making this up. This is a commercial. It was on AMC last night. And we actually looked into this, and this is the actual commercial. They have a website and all, but you can listen to it. I think you can pick it up, but we'll also explain a little bit. So a couple of girls are talking.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's new from Trojan. It's that vibrating touch that everyone's talking about.
Yeah,
It's a finger dildo.
Massager that goes right on the tip of your finger, huh?
Wow, it's so cute.
Yeah, my girlfriend has one, and she's been raving about it for weeks. In fact, she told me that you could actually
Oh, okay, I have definitely got to get one of these.
You and me both. Does it say where you can get one?
Let's see.
Relax, girls. You can get them right online.
Oh, that's where I got mine.
Finally, a personal massager that women aren't afraid to talk about from Trojan, a brand you know and trust. To learn more or to purchase, go to vibratingtouchcom and hear what real women are saying.
It's so small and discreet, and it comes in this awesome little bag.
It's good for a relationship, let's put it that way.
For complete details or to order one for yourself or as a gift, go to vibratingtouch.com today.
No, that's on the AMC thing.
That amazes me. I mean, if you're watching a movie on AMC, let's say it's a Mickey Rooney, Andy Hardy movie or something,
Right.
and then this comes on.
It's a little vibrator that you put right over your finger, and as the girls say, it feels so good, I wish I had two clits. She actually says at one point, you can even go to the website, they'll tell you how to use it. But then, of course, the old lady leans over, and it's a kind of a Harry Met Sally. And you see her, like, looking when the two broads are talking about this. And then finally, here's where I got mine for my old vagina.
And they're actually showing it. They're showing it on the finger. They're showing it what it looks like. There's nothing discreet about this commercial at all. And that's on American Movie Classics?
We'll probably show it during Steel Magnolias.
All right, Deb tells me it was playing during the Star Trek marathon. Or maybe it was a Star Trek movie. And then Casey says, I'll take two, thank you. One for my A's.
Jesus Christ.
But really, here's what I like. It's discreet. Oh, great. That way you can use it in the subway. What do you mean discreet? What do you need it to be discreet for? And you're going to have a hand crank dildo because you're going to use it in your fucking room.
And it comes in this handy pouch.
Yeah.
Well,
Convenient.
Yeah, well, guess what? You just showed the pouch. You pull that pouch out now, everyone knows what's in it. They know it's the vibrating touch pouch.
You ought to get one.
It sort of looks like a vibrating thimble. That's the way it sort of
But
looks
you ought to
like.
do it and go, it's made for women, but I like it too.
It looked like a fishing lure to me.
Oh. Yeah, it is. It's going to smell like one anyway by the time you're done with it. It's great for your vagina. This is during fucking Star Trek.
And first,
That's a family movie.
When they're first talking about it, the old lady looks a little bit like repulsed.
Right, like
which
that's
is
the gimmick. Like, oh, I can't believe these things.
Right.
But she's really just like, well, you two are retards. Here's how I play with my... Jesus Christ. And again, who gets attacked? Radio. TV, you can fucking do whatever you want once you make it on TV. Now, I guarantee you, and I on terrestrial radio tomorrow, they do a bit with the vibrating finger. Pleasure herself is the big trademark there. And the sky is falling. Mm-hmm. Everybody would be freaked out. How dare they? I had my children in the car when this horrible thing happened. But if it gets on TV, the sky's the limit there. The sky's the limit.
Or if it was a man.
And take these clips, clip back your pussy lips, so it's easier to get in there and dig with your vibrating finger.
And how is this the mini vibrator that everyone's talking about? This is the first I've heard of it. You would think you would think yes, you would overhear this conversation somewhere.
Dave's wife said they used to sell one like that 8 years ago on TV. Fukaloo 9000. Google it.
Okay.
Fukuoku.
Fuckaloo.
Fuckaloo, is that it?
That can't.
My darling.
But also, don't you think that if this was a man product, like if this was Freddy's
pussy?
Yeah, Freddy's mini pussy.
Oh, it's so tight. It's like having a tight vagina around your cock.
Just put it on your thumb and fuck your thumb.
I'll tell you where to order.
It's ridiculous. Double standards.
We actually have a clip of someone actually using this vibrating dildo, this finger dildo, on another person.
Dizzy got a bartending book. Oh! Jesus Christ! Good job, Sheepy. Jesus Christ!
Are you okay?
Way to kill the fucking co-host.
Sheepy, what did you just do?
It's too much for me.
It's too much. I know you don't like that.
No.
You don't want to get a little slug on the end of your finger there to play with?
No, I don't want this thing. And I don't want it advertised while I'm watching classic American films.
It's so small, you could lose it in your vagina. I think I've got 8 in my vagina right now. They don't care.
Buy one, get one free.
Use the other one for your asshole.
I will. That's
Well,
how
we
I'll
should just
get
be
him.
doing commercials. I hate to say
Here's
it.
a bottle of fake cum. Everyone, it's fake cum.
Why would you need fake
I don't know, but why would you need this? It's not practical.
You could just throw it on the woman and say that you had an orgasm.
You have to use dildos in the privacy of your own home. So why you need a discreet dildo?
Well, let's face it, too. When you brought up the pocket pussy, the fuck doll, whatever, there's nothing that a male can use that is accepted. A dildo is accepted now. It's accepted like divorce.
Right. Yeah, I mean, every woman's supposed to, and sometimes the chicks go out shopping together for them. It's like, hey, it's replaced shoes for women. We're going to go out and buy a couple dildos together. It's not fair, because we don't have the same type of stuff.
Here is, well, they haven't come up with a pussy that we think.
No, I know. I tried all of them that O&A have, and they're just rubbery and they don't work well.
So O&A use these? What are you saying?
I bet in the O&A office.
They're in commercial breaks?
They have a lot of little toys, and I go down to the 3rd floor.
Why 3rd floor? Go in our shit fucking town. Jay, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
That thing you were talking about, the one that was advertised 8 years ago.
What's the name of it?
It's called the Fuku, and they advertised it as a circulation or personal massage device.
Well, some of those things they have tried to call, like back massagers and neck massagers.
Looks like a Terminator 2.
Yeah,
gizmo.
it looks like you're playing a virtual reality game with it, which I guess you are.
This is why the women are such hypocrites. It's unbelievable.
Feels so good on my pussy, I ended up quitting my job and leaving my husband.
So in the commercial where the one lady says, "Is that what I think it is?" the other woman is using it right there in the coffee shop?
There, now you lost me. I don't know what you're talking about. The one that we just watched?
Yeah, the one we just watched. The one lady says, "Is that what I think it is?" And I didn't know whether that meant the woman was using it right then and there, or they were just looking at it on their laptop.
All right, let's go back. I'm pretty sure that she's not masturbating. She's got a magazine.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see the magazine at first.
Vibrating touch that everyone's talking about?
Yeah, the little personal
That everyone's
massager
talking
that goes right
about.
on the tip of your
Now look,
finger.
there's that old lady watching.
Wow, it's so cute.
And they're not at a
That's
coffee
when
shop.
she's
They're at the
been raving
hairdressers.
about it for weeks. In fact, she told me that you could actually
There was hairdressers at the
Oh,
back.
okay.
those
Okay,
glasses.
I have definitely got to get one of these.
Does it say when you can get one?
It's a new prescription. I'm getting used to them.
Why scream it?
That's where I got
What
mine.
are you angry about?
That these glasses don't work.
You're the one.
Massager that women aren't afraid to talk about from Trojan, a brand you know and trust. To learn more or to purchase, go to vibratingtouchcom and hear what real women are saying.
It's so small and discreet, and it comes in this awesome little bag.
Discreet.
It's good for a relationship, let's put it that way.
For complete details or to order one for yourself or as a gift, go to vibratingtouch.com today.
Now back to Gone with the Wind on American Movie Classics.
You know what? They don't turn down money nowadays. Times is hard.
I guess they can't.
All right, this is an email we had sent into us, Fez.
And now, Ron and Fez, the show of the future, brings you...
Electronic mail. Mail sent electronically.
And this one, Fez, I believe, came in by BlackBerry. So this show of ours, on the cusp, it says, I have a question. I'm going through something with, and this is from Ryan, I'm going through something with my wife right now. But have you ever heard of an adult faking sick for attention? In other words, I think we know sometimes that children fake sick so they can stay home from school, what have you. But have you ever heard of an adult who pretends that they're sick so that they can get love?
I think probably my grandmother used to do this.
So you're going to say your grandmother rather than yourself?
Yes, I am. I have a very real heart condition.
That's not the condition I'm talking about. Mental. Nothing's wrong with you. Your grandmother used to fake sick so everybody would come around her?
What would happen is my parents would go on vacation, and my grandmother would take ill and have to go to the hospital every time they went on vacation. They'd have to call their vacation short.
I think I told you about this story before. I was with a girl one time that every once in a while when I would go on my runs, as I like to call it, in deep, she would suddenly get a screaming headache and needed me to take her home. And this fucking would go on right when, I was at the edge of the abyss. So in this fucking horrible state that I was in, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I fucking drive like a maniac. Back in the days when really the cops didn't make that big of a deal of it. Drive like a maniac to the emergency ward, grab her by her fucking hand, pull her in there, say to the fucking, the head nurse there, fix her. Something's wrong with her at 2 o'clock in the morning where her fucking head hurts. But through this haze of mine, I saw the horror on all the nurses' faces and the doctors, and they're whispering to her like, you want us to call? That's the fucking bad thing when you're that wrecked and you see other people who don't quite get your humor, and then you realize, okay, I'm the beast. What I am right now is the beast. Earl, you have a tendency to fake sick.
I don't fake sick at all. If I'm sick, I'm sick. And
No.
I don't.
How many times in here were you in trouble for something at work and you fainted?
That was real.
You're the fainting fucking goat. And then the other time when your job was on the line, you acted like you had sleep apnea or something. You went to a sleep clinic. You got one hose in your nose. You broke it, and now you're fine. As long as we're not bitching at him, Fez, he's physically fine.
I'll throw out these examples. The MRI he had on his head where nothing was found. Literally.
But what happened there?
Hey, they've discovered a sinus condition in my nose. I had 3 doctors tell me I had sleep apnea.
What about the time?
So why aren't you using the oxygen tank anymore?
Because I can't breathe through the damn thing.
Oh, you can't breathe with oxygen. That's the problem with you. Paul, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, what's up, guys? Isn't that called Munchausen disease? And then when you fake your kids being sick, it's Munchausen by proxy? Isn't that how that works?
Here's what these pricks do. They actually get their kids sick. They will make their kids sick so that everybody comes around and, they're like, oh, please, don't go to work. A big part of that was that the fucking scary movie a couple years ago.
Sixth Sense.
No, I was talking about Cloverfield, where that fucking baby was just running around New York, knocking everything down. Yes, Sixth Sense, where they pushed the kid so far, the kid actually died. Dave, are you a faker when things get bad?
I fake a little bit, but I fake more that I'm having problems maybe in my personal life, not physicalness, because I can't fake pain.
You would not fake pain?
I wouldn't fake pain, no.
That way sometimes they won't let you take gym class. You're like, no, you don't understand.
No.
I just don't want to take the test in geometry.
I mean,
I definitely want to take gym class.
I did fake I faked throwing up when I was 11 years old and went to the Philadelphia hospital. But I haven't done that since I was an adult because of the guilt that I feel from that.
They took you to the hospital?
Yeah, I actually had to spend 2 weeks at the Philadelphia Children's Hospital.
Because they couldn't find out what was wrong with you.
Exactly. In fact, they thought that I had a new stomach disease. And the guy even moved to the Jersey Shore because he thought he could, like experiment on me and shit.
This is the problem. Your eyes are so yellow all the time that there does seem to be something wrong. Now, here's the main problem. For Ryan, could you be married to this woman? Every time something's coming up, oh, Ryan, I'm sick. Oh, honey, I think I got a job in another town. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I got fucking tickets to go to the ball game. I am sick. You can't live like that with this person.
No, you can't. You would have to tell her, fine, take yourself to the hospital. You would have to cut it off that way, and then it would end.
I don't know. You look like a Dave. You can't fucking call bluff on these people. They're willing to fucking say this to anybody. Here is Jeff. Jeff, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, I used to have this girlfriend. She used to say she had peanut allergies, and that's a pretty severe thing where you could die if you're around peanuts and all that.
Yeah.
And her mom told me to be careful that she acted like it was more severe than it really was. And I found out she was faking because one time I didn't think I was going to see her, and I was eating peanuts and all this crap at a bar, and she ended up calling me. I went over there and had sex with her and everything, and she never got sick or anything. So
what you did is try to rub a little peanut butter in her vagina just to prove a point.
Yeah, pretty much. I wanted to see what would happen, and nothing happened. So I knew she was full of crap, and I tried to call her out on it, and she got all mad and bent out of shape.
Yeah, you got to cut it off with those people. You got to cut it off with people like that because you can't get better if you don't want to get better. Some people want to be sick. It's a lovely feeling for them. They love the fact of being sick. Fez, remember before you said during your early stages of nuttiness that you were thinking about, you said driving your car into a tree?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was, it was almost like I needed, a break. I didn't want to kill myself, but just felt like I needed a break from my life where I could lay in a bed, maybe have a broken leg, foot up in one of those traction things like you see in the movies.
What kind of fantasy is that? What kind of fantasy, seriously?
Desperate? I don't know. Really bad fantasy. I'll put it that way. And I had even picked out the tree.
But like all your fantasies, they never fucking play out.
Oh no, it's like the tree is like the girl I never talked to. Just drive by the tree every day, never do anything about it.
I see. So you're like, that tree doesn't even know I'm alive. Someday I'm gonna drive into that tree.
If that tree knows what I have planned for it.
This is what I would have loved. You fucking decide you're gonna try to break your leg by driving into a tree, and you end up puncturing a lung or something ridiculous.
Oh, it would have just been, I would have broken my neck or something.
All, I've also seen you drive. You ain't going to get hurt driving 4 miles an hour into a fucking tree. You probably wouldn't even lost a quarter panel. Here is Brian. Brian, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey. Just calling just to say that, my wife's doing the same thing as what you're talking about, that she's always sick. She always pretends to be sick. She was just in the hospital for 12 days, and the doctors can't find anything wrong with her. She's pretending that she always hurts anything else to try to get attention from everyone.
I'd do anything to get rid of you, get away from you myself. I would seriously be a cutter if I could get away from him and his bad phone.
I would fake deafness.
It's the Ron and Fez show, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's Kind Bud. Bud, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Brothers.
What's up, man?
Hey, Fez, through that little rant there, you sounded just like Snagglepuss, the fucking cartoon cat.
Excellent. Stage left even.
That's another reference for the young people. Snagglepuss.
Heavens to Murgatroyd, there's a tree even.
There's elderly people going, oh, my God, he's nailed that. Hex, are you familiar with the voice at all?
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I'm sure not.
What the fuck?
He's a pink puma or tiger or something that wears a collar and a tie.
But what's the last fucking show you think that they did with that cartoon?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm going to guess 64, 65.
The Laugh Olympics.
I thought he was some kind of Thundercat. I had no idea.
He doesn't know what the Thundercats are. Yeah, all he knows is his big beard and his tiny little glasses. Are we getting pictures up of the new beard contest today?
Yes, they will go up shortly.
Yes, they will go up shortly.
We took them yesterday.
Yes, they'll be up shortly. What?
He needs time. You know, what are you moving papers around like these papers must have somehow...
I just
you turn into Anchorman. These papers. You know, no one shuffles papers like fucking TV people. They constantly need... You're only doing a half an hour a fucking day of... All you're doing is setting up a film thing. You should be able to fucking memorize that gig. You don't have to sit there with a stack of papers. I'd like to just go on there. What do these papers say? Nothing. Steve. Steve, you're on the Rhino Face Show.
Ronnie B.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, every time I went on the road for work, would toss out the suicide card and say, if you don't come running home, I'm going to kill myself. And first time I ran home and brought her to a shrink, and second time she tried it, I came home to protect my kids. And third time she tried it, I said, have fun. And she tried it about 3 times after that.
Did she finally do it?
No.
Everybody has dated crazy pussy where you found yourself on the fucking phone 3 o'clock in the morning with her going like this. Just fucking do it! Blow your fucking head off then! I don't give a fuck! Pull the trigger! And then you hang up and a little while later, fucking phone rings. You're crazy and I am going to kill myself. All those things you said to me before were lies. Wasn't a lie. Stop acting fucking so bizarre. Oh, Fez, you're so lucky. You're so lucky you won't point the fucking the car at that tree. You won't do it. You won't leave fantasy world into reality. Beautiful. Even though you got a chance here with the sheepy. Sheepy seems to be a little bit interested.
Dizzy got a bartending book. Oh! Jesus Christ! Good job, Sheepy. Jesus Christ!
Are you okay?
Way to kill the fucking co-host. Sheepy, what did you just do?
Patrick, you're on the Rhino Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie B. You're exactly right. You hit the nail on the head. Women use pussy to drag the guy in. I got a buddy who got laid like a rock star. All of a sudden now, the girlfriend never leaves the house. Now he's sick all the time. That guy's diabetic now.
Yeah, because the fucking stress will get to you. You can't live in a life of fucking stress without getting sick. Dis-ease. That's what it is. You gotta fucking stay at ease in this world. Mike, you're on Rhino Fez.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
I work at a mental hospital, and we get patients with this thing called pica, and they'll swallow toothbrushes, spoons, their own fecal matter, anything they can get a hold of just for the attention.
What fucking attention do you get by being sick?
Hey, where's my spoon?
Okay, I'm out.
All right, peace. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on the Rhino Fez show. Mike, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, you're the pride of Pinellas Park, Fez, with that snaggle.
Thank you, Michael.
What did he say? I didn't even understand.
That I was the pride of Pinellas Park, Florida.
Well, you are. I believe that you're even on their Wikipedia site as being one of the big celebrities that came out of there.
The notable citizens of people from Pinellas Park, Florida.
Yeah.
It's me and one of the Koch brothers from NASCAR.
Who?
One of the Koch brothers.
All right. Earl, just stay like this. Earl, come over and look at the way he stares at me now with these little glasses.
Am I glaring? What am I doing?
Just stay like you are. Just stay looking at me. David, come on over. And this is what I've been looking at all day. I don't know. Can you see okay with them?
I'm having trouble adjusting to the new glasses. They are a stronger prescription, and they had the bifocal thing at the bottom.
You're looking at me like we're two guys in a steam room, and you're trying to make out who I am.
He looks like a bearded Joe Paterno. He's just so blind with those glasses.
I've never met anyone like Fez. He has nothing going on, and yet tons of drama. There is... Everyone else just goes out and gets glasses, and that's the end of it.
That was my plan.
Did you tell them I don't exactly see well in these?
They told me they would need some getting used to, so I took them at their word.
You can't see your pupils in those glasses. They've just made your eyes gigantic.
Maybe they're still dilated from the drops.
I want that to come up in his Wikipedia in Pinellas Park, Florida, that his new glasses don't seem to be working. And then who else? Who's the other notables? The Lazowski twins?
Nah, the Koch brothers.
Oh.
I think that's who it is.
Mm.
Terry Schiavo also is in that.
Oh, that's right.
Fez took her to the prom. And then he drove into a tree so that they didn't have to dance. He didn't learn how to do the foxtrot back in those days. Fez, you always talk about your childhood, but there's a new study out saying calling kids' name may make them more popular in the long run and help with self-esteem. Now, I believe this is just like other kids busting balls, but instead of this part of the new victimization in the United States that we have right now, that this is actually a positive thing when the kids give you nicknames.
Yeah, this is supposed to help them integrate socially and be a positive thing. How is it a positive thing for a little kid to be called Fatty 2x4? None of this. I can't believe this study.
But that way he knows why he doesn't fit through the kitchen door. I'm gonna actually go, and this could surprise you, Fez, on the other side of your opinion right here, and say I can understand how it happens because the dull kids don't get called names. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dull kids look over and see kids that get fucking nicknames hung on them, and they're like, well, that guy's kind of moved up a notch because at least he's being recognized.
But there's got to be more kids that don't benefit from that. That, I mean, don't get popular or don't learn ball busting back from this.
Well, how do you come to that point?
Because how many funny people are there in the world?
You don't have to be funny. You're just fucking busting balls. In other words, you're just sitting there having fun. This is the way, particularly males, accept each other, of you just busting stones. But for some reason now, instead of like, oh, there he is in there, fucking tussling around with his buddies, it's being seen as some horrible thing. When really, in the long run, the guy learns to be accepted.
There could be some acceptance there, but it's not going to help a kid's self-esteem to be called chubby. Trust me on this one. I understand it. I was there.
It's going to help his self-esteem if he learns to have fun with it. That's the point of it. And I'll tell you who's taught me more about this than anyone else. Eastside Dave McDonald proves that there is no reason to feel shame in the world today. Eastside Dave has drank piss, he's eaten his shit, he's done all these crazy things, and it is constantly forgotten about, put on the back burner by the listeners who now see him, believe it or not, as a creative person. Whereas that, for most people, would that not be the most horrifying thing that ever happened to them?
Because you got to look at things with, like, the bright side, you know? You can't feel embarrassed or anything. What does that do to you? It only drags you down.
You never let yourself... No, here's the odd thing about you, Dave. You don't like to get a compliment. If I say after the show, hey, that bit was good, you brush that off right away.
I feel like that's undeserving. I'm undeserving for that as well.
Because you are what?
Scum. Like, Scum.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but I look at myself as like a happy-go-lucky scumbag. You know what I mean? So if you have the light and as long as you're realistic, then what do you care? That's all I'm saying.
Here's Nick. Nick, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Guys, how are you today?
Good, man.
It's the kids that make the best out of getting called names and don't end up go home and withdraw into a closet. We had a kid named Flem Flem that hung out with us, and we were with the cool group, But he was one of us. We didn't care, even though we picked on him and gave him the nickname Flem Flem. He was one of us, and he made the best of it. He knew how to use it to his best advantage.
There was a kid in my neighborhood And obviously, he's one of these kids. He fucking struck out a kickball when we were a kid. He would fucking, seriously, we could have a kickball game. This kid would take the collar 3 times out of 4. Missing a fucking kickball. Impossible. Unfortunately, he had the last name Peters. So, nickname sucks. Stayed with him forever. But, anywhere we went, fucking Sucks was there. He had 0 personality. He fucking was a fucking dud in every way, but he was always invited because he had a great nickname and this great story. When we were kids, he struck out a kickball, and then everybody laughed, and he was fucking... And again, he did nothing to earn his fucking place in the world.
Don't you think self-esteem, a lot of it is you're born with it? Because, I mean, other kids calling you, in my case, fire crotch or stuff like that, it's just not going to make a difference.
Well, at some point, some people decide that they're so important that anything that happens to them is tragedy. Instead of, I'm just a fucking little person in a sea of little people. There you go. I'm here on this planet with everyone else. And whatever happens, it gets forgotten. And, one day this entire fucking planet is just going to be a big frozen ball. And then at that point, does it matter what the fuck happened? If you forgot to fucking pull your underpants down when you took a piss right through them, who fucking knows what happens? You got a good story, pass it around.
We had a kid shit himself at school and picked up the name Poopy.
Fatty pneumonia?
No. Picked up the name Poopy Pants right away. That kid finally went nuts, had to be taken out of the school. Just had a big mental breakdown right in class.
Yeah, or you could take it the other way. Hey, careful, I'll shit on you. Like Davy Mack does. He does not let it bother him. Now, for all the fucking people who say to themselves, and, a lot of the, kind of O&A fans or whatever, the ones that don't like Dave, they're like, Dave's a fucking cancer to the show, blah, blah, blah. You know who fucking loves Dave? Opie and Anthony. Their fucking heroes will fucking say to Dave, Dave, come to this party, but not these guys who see themselves as being so fucking, cool. Because that person doesn't fucking draw a fucking place for themselves. Pete, you're on the Rhino Fez show. Pete, we got you, pal?
Yeah, it's Keith. Actually, I got a little something for Dave's self-esteem over there. 5 days and counting until the Giants are no more this season.
Oh, boy.
5 days and counting. Till the city of champions take that bus. Taking the bus straight up 95 with one thing on their mind. Keeping Philadelphia's streak going. Keeping the streak going. The city that cannot lose, Philadelphia. Woo!
Be very, very afraid, Dave. Punch it out, boys.
I am.
Have you guys even ever heard of a city that was on a run like this?
I haven't.
Just championship after championship after championship. There's no stopping them.
I'm trying to think. I'm a sports fan. I can't come up with anybody who has come up with...
You're really that worried about the Eagles?
Yeah, I am. I'm dead serious. That Westbrook could single-handedly beat the Giants. I'm not. It's not McNabb. Westbrook
I'm actually
could beat
hoping that nobody else shows up but Westbrook. I hope he goes out there by himself and pulls a Billy White Shoes Johnson.
He could.
Philadelphia, Fezzi, the city of winners, the city of champions, they just keep making it happen.
Aren't you worried about a jinx?
There's no such things as jinxes, my friend. We're men of science. You think we're going to sit around and worry about a jinx? Let's yell it from the top of the tallest building. Philadelphia cannot be stopped.
You know who worries about jinxes? Losers.
Yeah.
And that's not what Philly is.
By the way, I talked to my really good friend, Kathleen from the Bronx, who has now left New York for Philadelphia. And she says she's going there to the game and an underdog costume, and you can look for her. She's going to be dressed up as underdog.
Oh, she'll get on TV.
I hope so. She's the original underdog. Not a lot of people know that. She's South Jersey's original underdog dancer. I guess some other people picked it out. But Kathleen started it all off. Here's Alan. Alan, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ronnie B.
Yeah.
Had a kid in second grade. He had the Forrest Gump braces on, kickball champion of the world, could kick it out of the ballpark. His name was Skip.
Skip.
Everybody wanted him.
You don't even see kids in braces like you used to. I guess they fix it before you even have to get to the brace thing. We had a kid in my second grade class. He had braces and those little, they're like crutches, but they only go up to your wrist to help you.
Yeah.
And we would wait until the teacher wasn't around, and then we would hit him with our lunch boxes. And you know why?
Why?
I guess weakness. I guess there's an awful thing. Because I look back at this now. I can't remember that. Well, he had two things going against him. Braces, and he was smart. And I don't know what. I mean, you can be in kindergarten, and you're like, I hate that fucking smart kid. That smart kid is on my nerves right now.
You were beating up a little Stephen Hawking over there.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You know, you do things when you're kids. You wouldn't necessarily do them as an adult. You've seen me around handicapped people. I don't swing at them.
No, not
Back
physically.
in my mind, I'm thinking, you could be had, motherfucker. You could be had.
Ronnie B. Fez W. The Ron and Fez Show.